Hello. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. Thank you. My name is Washim and I am from Bangladesh.
Nice to meet you, Wasim. I'm Mahia and I'm from Malaysia.
Nice to meet you, Mahia. And
Great.
I am from Bangladesh and I am trying to learn English.
That's great.
It is a lockdown situation, and as a teacher in Bangladesh, as an English teacher, I need to encourage my students to learn English, to practice English. I can write English with correct grammar, but it becomes difficult for me while talking.
Okay.
My students also feel so. And in this lockdown situation, I am teaching my students online, especially using my YouTube channel.
Wow.
And as I am making this video, I want to upload this video on YouTube so that my students can be encouraged. Do you have any condition, or will you please agree with me if I upload the video? Do you have any problem?
I'm okay with that. Yeah, if it's for education, it's fine.
Thank you so much.
Wow, it's amazing that you have a YouTube channel and you keep your students motivated during this time. So do you teach in a school or a language center?
Yes, I teach in a school. And for your kind information, before using Cambly, it was much more difficult for me to talk to anybody. But as I am using Cambly for almost 2 months, my fluency has increased greatly. So I am really grateful to Cambly and Cambly tutors.
Wow, that's amazing. That's really nice to hear. I think it's all because of your own hard work as well. You just need an opportunity to practice.
And frequently my students text me, and my friends text me, and they give me good hand. That means they praise of my English.
Okay,
so
you can say maybe they applaud me. Yeah, they applaud me. Applaud.
Upload. Yes.
Yeah.
Is upload.
Yes, that's great.
Then Mahia, are you are from Malaysia?
Yes, correct.
Is that your country?
Yeah, I am Malaysian. I was born and raised here.
Oh, very nice. I know Malaysia is in a developed country,
and it is. You could say that.
It is in Asia, and the location of Malaysia maybe beside Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand. These are neighboring countries.
Yeah, exactly. That's great. Okay. Yeah, we are developing. We're still in the developing phase. Of course, it's not as poor, but our Prime Minister has a vision for the future. So hopefully by the next few years, we would see a lot more changes in the city, especially the capital, Kuala Lumpur.
Yes, but and many people from Bangladesh work there in Malaysia. They are contributing to your development, and as much as I know a little, I'm not sure about the great leader of Malaysia. He is he's called the pioneer of the development of Malaysia, Mahathir Muhammad.
Yeah, Mahathir. He was our previous prime minister, but actually he in this year he actually resigned as prime minister, and we have a new prime minister, which is Muhyiddin Yassin. So yes, Mahathir Muhammad, he really contributed to the development of Malaysia, and as did many people from Bangladesh. So we have a lot of people from Bangladesh working in the construction sector, but also in other sectors as well. Like in university, my supervisor was from Bangladesh. He's a brilliant man, very knowledgeable.
Good. Yeah, it's wonderful. And as I am talking about Mahatma Gandhi, I thought that I heard about Mahatma Gandhi, that he was originally, his origin is Bangladesh. I hear such words.
Mahathir Muhammad, you mean? I'm not sure if his origin was, if he has any cultural ties to Bangladesh, but he is what we call here ethnically Mama. Mama in Malaysia is what we refer to Indian Muslims. So we have a huge population of Indian Muslims in Malaysia, and they're called Mama. So Mahathir Muhammad is of that ethnicity or of that culture.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So, due to modern technology and speedy transportation and information and communication technology development, the communication between countries, between people of different countries, have been easier.
Yeah, of course, definitely. We wouldn't be able to have this conversation maybe, I don't know, 10 years ago.
Yes. And so we are really grateful to science, the scientist, the technologist.
Of course. I wouldn't have a job if it weren't for the development in technology. Because as you know, recently, because of the pandemic, many people lost their jobs and they're not able to continue working unless they work online and remotely. So this is what I'm able to do now, and I'm very thankful for this opportunity because many people can't work online. So I guess you are in the same position as me. You teach online for now, right?
Yes, really great. Then can you please suggest me anything so that I can teach my students online? Do you have any specific suggestion for me?
Well, I think it's great that you have a YouTube channel. Maybe you can do a review of some educational websites. So there are many educational websites for English learning because, of course, many people or everybody wants to learn English. There is Engu, there is BBC for learning English. There are many websites on IELTS. So if you'd like, you can do a review of these websites and help your students navigate them. Because I think for students, they know that there are so many materials out there, but they don't know which to pick. So I think it's important that they have a guide or a teacher to tell them which websites are better or which websites are more suitable for their level. So you could do that if you like.
Yes, thank you.
No problem.
I will do that, and it will be possible for Google, and I will try to have the websites from Google.
Yeah. Or I can also send you some websites that I like to use. On Cambly, I specifically like to use Engu. I think it's very easy to use, and they have many interesting articles, and even the students enjoy it. Other than that, it depends on what the students want specifically. So many people want to do, I don't know, TOEFL or TOEIC or an interview preparation. So we can, break it down to those different needs that the students have.
Yes. Okay, thank you. Please kindly send me the links. I will download them and try to teach my students, and also I will try to learn myself.
That's great. Yeah.
And then about you, because I frequently ask my tutors about their profession, their job, because I know the tutors in Cambly are very much expert. They have vast knowledge, academic knowledge or practical knowledge. They are working in different fields.
Yes.
So for my future career, I try to discuss with them and try to know what they are doing today and how they are in that position. So what is your profession? Please.
Okay, well, my profession is in education, so even outside of Cambly, I do teach English. I'm a full-time ESL teacher, and before that, I was studying English literary studies or English literature in university. So I'm pretty much all English. I don't have any other skill, unfortunately, but I do have a lot of hobbies. So hopefully one of those will come to my rescue if I can't teach anymore. But I've always taught. I've always taught English, and I think I'm just very comfortable teaching instead of doing any other job. But I also do like to write, and I also do some proofreading and editing whenever I get the chance, because I do like academic writing.
So you do proofreading and editing. Do you do in online on Fiverr or Upwork?
I do it freelance. I do it freelance, so it's just by word of mouth. If my lecturer, for example, the one in my university, my supervisor, he sometimes suggests some students to me, or he shares my contact information with them because he wants to help them out with their master's or PhD thesis. So it's just by word of mouth. I don't advertise anywhere that I'm doing proofreading or editing, because although I enjoy this work, it's very tedious and very time consuming. So I would prefer to teach more than to do proofreading or editing. All right.
Yes, yes.
Do you mind if I ask some questions about you?
About me?
Yeah.
Okay. I am also a graduate in English literature.
Oh, that's great.
I completed honors and masters in English literature, and I know how to write English well. I know the English literature very well. But in my country, I am now teaching the high school students. So what I learned from university about English literature, I cannot teach them.
Yeah,
I cannot teach my students that, because it is secondary level, and literature, English literature, we usually read in university.
That's true.
If I could become a university teacher, I could practice what I learned from university on English literature.
Yeah.
I learned Shakespeare. I read Shakespeare, Milton, the Romantic poets, Anglo-Saxon period to postmodern era, European history, and so many literary sites I have studied in university, but I don't have any scope to exercise the that literature. So frequently, gradually, actually, I am forgetting.
I have that problem as well. It's such a coincidence, because I'm always trying to get my students to read more, but I think it's difficult for ESL students because English is not their first language, and even in their first language, they're not big readers. They're not very keen on reading, so it's difficult to encourage them to read, especially works of literature. So yeah, in that case, I think eventually I would like to become a university lecturer like you. But until then, I have to keep reading so I don't forget everything that I've read.
For doctorate, you have to.
Yeah,
very nice.
One day.
Actually, talking to you, I am being encouraged to practice my literature again, and again, I'm gaining my gaining strength or inspiration
Thank
from you. I will again try to exercise my my literary subjects, literary things, and I will try to get a job in university. And you are in such a position, you are doing some job. I'm interested of this
Wow,
very much.
that's great.
So I'm trying to first increase my fluency. Look, I speak too slow, and sometimes it does not. I cannot pronounce the English well.
Well, from my
Like,
observation, I think you're speaking pretty well, and I understand you clearly without any miscommunication. So that's great. I think you just need to work on fluency, but that's completely different from academic writing, where you would go through it so many times until eventually it is perfected. So even a person who is not fluent in speaking, they can be very good at academic writing. So I think it shouldn't be a problem for you or me to continue our studies, do our PhDs.
yes, thank you for your
Okay,
comment.
no problem, my pleasure. So can I ask you if you've done any research or if you've taken any courses on Bangladeshi literature?
Of course, you
Okay.
can. Please ask
Yeah,
me.
I think I read this some short stories by Rokhaya Sakhawat Hussein. Do you know her? Yeah, I think
Yes.
she is amazing. Actually, my lecturer introduced me to her, and he writes a lot about her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Begum Rokeya Shakhawat
Yeah.
Hussain. He was born in such a time when women were kept in the room.
Exactly.
They were not allowed educational institution. Actually, there was no any educational institution to teach the women to teach the girls. And Begum Rokeya Shakhawat Hussain established the very education for the girls. He talked for the right of
Yeah.
the girls. If you read the stories of Rokeya, you will see it
Yeah.
amazing. And she got support from her husband and her
Yeah.
elder brother.
She was actually very lucky.
So he could, yes. But the society did not allow any female to go for a study
Yeah.
that time. It was very difficult time for the women, but overcoming this kind of difficulty, Begum Rokeya has proved that women too can keep contribution in the society. Women can become literate and
Yeah,
change
of
the world.
course. She's
in her philosophy, and I frequently talk to my students that do not do not tell your daughters to stay at home. Tell
yeah,
son tell your son to behave well
of
with the
course.
girls.
That's amazing. That's awesome. I think your students are very lucky to have you as a teacher to encourage them to pursue education, whether they're female, male, or whatever background they might come from. And I really, really enjoyed reading Rokaya's stories, and I was very surprised that at that time, even without a formal education, she could write so brilliantly about such amazing ideas. And it's amazing that with her restriction in education, she could have such a vast and creative imagination, and she could express it very well in writing.
We can translate her stories, her writings in English, and let the world know about the thought Begum Rokeya had.
Everyone needs to know about how this amazing woman and her ideas back when women were not allowed to have all these ideas.
Yes. Okay, my time is going out. You are most welcome in Bangladesh.
Thank you for our opportunity to chat. Hopefully we can chat again soon. And good luck to all your students and you.
Thank you, and it was really wonderful, and thank